You got challenges that you're going to run across.
However you define success. My success is doing the things that I love to do. People around me who are positive and loving and giving as I am and caring, making sure my 99-year-old grandmama ain't trying to climb her roof no more. That's a
so
big
money is not in the success?
Money flows. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're doing the things that you love to do, treating people the way that they should be treated, I always feel that money flows freely and easily. Always.
Okay. What's your personal value system?
What does that mean? Like my personal value system. I don't know what that means. Ethics? I don't know. Honesty, ethics.
What do you value the most? Well, I guess you kind of talked about that. Your family,
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you advertise your business? And how do you do it?
Not really. I mean, we do, because our business is to federal. It's not, it's not like, there are certain federal outlets that you have to be in or a part of. We do a lot of sponsorships of certain events that are happening, and we go to a lot of different events. But like, I have been in ink, but it's not as an advertisement. It was like I guess it was an op-ed kind of thing. So it kind of was an advertisement. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's different.
Okay. How do you generate new ideas?
So me, myself, and I, $500 and a bottle of wine, started this thing, and those are the same elements that generate thoughts. No,
Bottle of wine.
That's a hard question, because thoughts do just come. Something will happen, and I'll be like, "Oh, that makes sense." We do have a board of advisors that helps in terms of putting us on a good path, right? Because Luana has some crazy thoughts sometimes about this is what we're gonna do, and other people are like, "We're not. What? Why are we? We're not doing that." And I'm like, it sounded good at the time. And then after a while, I'll either decide, yeah, that may not have been so good, or I'll decide, no, that was good, and y'all just crazy. And then we move forward, and it turns out. So, it depends. You have to let a crazy thought kind of marinate.
I don't want to end this interview. Let me think of some more. We kind of talked about this a little, but what's your exit plan? I know you're going to sell the business, but is there a certain amount of volume you want to get to in your business before you sell it, or are you in the process?
Which is not going to be disclosed, but yeah, that's what's driving me now, right? It's like, okay, if I want to get to this dollar, and sometimes it's not even top line revenue, it's your net income. And I think for us, it's a combination of, so it's like a triangle, right? It's your top line revenue, it's your net income, but it's also your value and your multiple. And your multiple is only going to be based on something that is a repeatable thing that someone else can build on. So like we are building a couple of tools, like we built a DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion tool that organizations can use. We've built a strategic workforce planning tool. So those things are adding that value to the company that's going to increase this net income and hopefully increase the top line. Or no, this is the net income, this is the EBITDA.
So does your team know that you're looking to sell?
Many do, especially in the management team, because that's part of the sale, right? So I have to golden handcuff them. So I have to
explain.
I have to give them some incentives to stay, so that I have to, one, either give them some incentives to stay, so when the company is sold, they go with the sale of the company.
That was my next question. But if they go with the sale of the company, how long would they have to go? Is there a certain amount when you make the sale that say these?
Sometimes it's a year. It depends on the position and the person and what they're doing with the firm. So there's one side of that. Golden handcuff them to make them want to go and stay with the other company, or if you know up front that they do not want to go and stay with the other company, what other value are you going to put into that sale that the buyer must know up front, right? Like, I'm not going to try to sell to someone and say, yeah, these two, they're the stars of the team and you're going to definitely get them. And then the sale comes and those two are like, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
Can't do that. So it's knowing like who's going to be around when and where, and who's going to be able to take it forward to the sale. And if it turns out that my team is very like, well, when you're done, we're done. And I'm like, y'all.
Well, I mean, is there any, are they going to be able to monetize from the sale? Are they going to get any?
Yeah.
They will?
Yeah, but and it depends on not everyone. The management team, the folks that are really participating and working toward building the value for the sale, right? Those will be the individuals that will have a golden handcuff. The entire team, like, I told you, we have like 90 employees right now, somewhere in there. I just added 2 yesterday.
So let me take a big number. Let's say you sell it for $100 million. Is it somebody that's with you now that will get 10?
Yeah.
Wow. But they would still be obligated to stay there for a year and have that money put away.
Right, because the 10 would not be, and there are different ways to structure a deal. They could get part of it upon the sale. They'd have to get the rest of it per certain activities after that year or 2 years or however many years is negotiated for them to stay with the new company.
So this is the last question. Is there anybody there that you think is thinking they're going to get paid from that and they're not?
No. I'm very transparent. I'd let people know exactly where they are in this company.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for your time. I always ask this one question at the end with everybody who comes on board, and I'm going to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Well, I shouldn't say this on a podcast because I'll probably get chastised, but I was in LA earlier this year and I saw someone play and I was so not impressed.
Wow.
The whining.
Yes.
They called that flagrant? Oh, come on. What kind of league are we becoming if that's a flagrant foul?
Well, that's a hard shot, but I don't think that's a flagrant.
He's not expecting it to be screened. It's not because of what Chandler did that was so flagrant. You can't adjust to the reaction.
Chandler, that's going to be his fourth personal. It happened right here in front of us at center court. James.
The fake acting, yes.
I mean, this is a free throw. You gonna miss it anyway, boy. Just make the free throw. You gonna miss it. So you know my answer. You know my answer.
I got you. MJ, I'm with you on that. But I appreciate your time, Luana. This has been a great interview. I know we need to do this again and talk more about, especially after you sell, you know what I'm saying? And then we can talk more about your speaking.
I now have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker, Ms. Luana Russell. Ms. Russell is a graduate of our MBA program and is the successful founder, president, and CEO of Business Management Associates, a multi-million-dollar business where she brings her clients more than 2 decades of experience and expertise in business, government contracting, consulting, operations, and human resource management.
Wow, thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that great introduction. I am so infinitely proud of each and every one of you. This is a great accomplishment. As we know, I know I've been there. Graduating with a degree from the George Washington University School of Business is not an easy endeavor. I know that you all are excited for this future that you have, and I am really excited to prepare you for the opportunities you have ahead. So, Everyone comes to you talking about how you should be fearless. Go out, take on the world. I'm going to come to you from a slightly different perspective. I call it fearing less. And it starts with this question. What would you do today if you were not afraid? What would you do today if you were not afraid? Everyone looks at where I am now and says, wow, you must have been so fearless to do what you're doing and to face these challenges and keep moving day to day. But when I look back and I think about my success, it has been the combination of many, many moments of fearing less, taking that one decision at a time to move forward, fearing less, making the tinier steps that lead to the big steps that get you to where you want to be. What would you do today if you're not afraid? Because days will come where you are working tirelessly, and you know you're not compensated what you're worth. Because every great company started somewhere. Google did not start overnight. Because sometimes no in business is just a lesson for you to understand how to get to yes. In 2020, I was interviewed by Shark Tank's Damon John for his first Black Entrepreneurship Day. He and I literally joked about how his FUBU brand was rejected by 17 banks. What if he had stopped? What if he had stopped? Because if we fear less, we can do so much more. And I know this may sound trite, but the world truly is yours right now. You have the capacity to change it. You have the skills to mold it. You have the grit to fight whatever battle may come, because I believe in you. I have faith in you, and I honestly cannot wait to see what you accomplish. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
We got to talk about your inauguration speech. Not inauguration. What's it called?
Oh, the commencement speech. You're speaking of my inauguration into the George Washington University Hall of Fame that is going to be held next week.
That's what it is. Okay. I
my shameless plug.
Yeah, I knew it was something. That's great. I mean, you're going to be inaugurated into where?
The George Washington University Entrepreneurial Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Wow.
I know, right? And I actually know you. You like my friend.
I think you the only one know my nickname, though.
And you notice I did not say it. I was like, I'm going to be so good today. I'm going to be so good. I've been good, right? I've been good. I've been a good person. I haven't embarrassed you or nothing.
I'm going to have to tell Doc after this because she's an engineer. I know she's listening. She's like, what's your nickname?
What is that? What you talking about?
I'm going to tell y'all now. It's brilliant.
It's Brill for short.
It's Brill. They call me Brill for short, but I'm a brilliant guy. So that's my nickname. Yes. I'm brilliant and Brill
and
for
humble.
Short. Right.
And so evidently humble.
Because I used to talk, when I talked to LaWanda, she would say, are you interrogating me or something? I'm like, no, I'm just kind of interviewing you. This is what I do. What?
Every conversation is an interrogation.
No, it's an interview. I'm just the interview guy. I'm like, look,
I had coffee. What was your first question? No sugar, no cream? I'm like, hey, can I just get my coffee?
Hey, I'm Larry King. So I just like interviewing people. So
you're better than Larry King.
All right. Appreciate your time. We're going to sign off here.
If anybody's going to change the game, I think it's the Bow Collective.
So excited to share space with some of the most amazing women across the country, the nation's top 1% of Black women in business.
Good afternoon, Bow Sisters!
I never thought that I would be able to just find what I need in one place and it be Black women.
What made me join the Bow was the fact that you hear so many people talk about women empowerment.
but to actually see women that have scaled their business to over $1 million and came back to pull another sister up, that's what's the difference.
Bo knows incubation.
Bo knows support.
Bo knows collaboration.
Bo knows sisterhood.
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.